All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, or Chachrash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all of the Akim, Wa'akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. And this is going to be another video through the Spirit. And for this one, now here in Detroit, you got a couple camps that finally started showing up. One of them is WFI, so-called Watchman for Israel. All right, now they're going to end up having this altercation here with this guy known as Obadiah Judah Israel. He recently changed it to Asher Israel. Now this guy self-admittedly, you know, he claims his father was an Arab man that got with a black woman. You know, he believes he's an Israelite foreigner. All right, that's not what we're here to debate. You know, this dude had this altercation. All right, here in Detroit, he's known as like the local crazy guy. All right, he doesn't really cause any damage, but he just shows up. He looks crazy for a minute, then he'll leave. All right, but what you hear, so basically this video is an example of why the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, he set up elder men to be the heads of the camps and our elders and apostles, because young men are inclined to violence. And I myself, as a young man, can testify. All right, when something is going on, our immediate action isn't to always, you know, sit back and inspect. Normally a young man's reaction is to I'm finna get carnal in this bitch. I'm finna ball these knuckles up and start handing out knuckle sandwiches to everybody that want to eat. All right, and that the Lord isn't, you can't edify like that. All right, that's not what we're out there to be. We're not out there to be knuckle them up, bunkle them up, you know, tear a nigga out the frame. That's not what we're out here to do, especially against people who, you know, this dude, he walks around, he just records with his camera. He's harmless. All right, and we're gonna fast forward and look. I don't believe he put hands on these guys. You know, they asked him to leave. He stayed recording, and really, you can't make somebody leave. You can be like, hey, you know, this ain't for you. You can just go down the street. But you can't physically grab somebody, you know, you need to leave the camp and then start trying to push them. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't work like that. All right, so I'm going to let y'all see it. And I'm just going to let y'all hear and see what the hell happened. All right, and be grateful for the fact that we have elderly men that are over us that have gone through this process, all right, and show us and teach us from being like that. Let me get this real quick. Right here, all right. And now, hey, you know, we've all been in situations where someone will come up to the camp. So, hey, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like, you know, there will be people that come up to the camp and try to provoke you into carnality, but that's not what we're out there to do. All right. And when you are a camp full of young men, because don't nobody like reproof, all right, everybody wants to be right in their own eyes. That's something that you'll see. Camps with a whole lot of young men get into a lot of physical altercations because there's not an elderly man there to keep the peace. All right, and that's something I'm thankful. You know, we got a whole handful of brothers that are, you know, that are seasoned in their years. All right, and in this truth. All right, in my camp and just dealing with our elders and apostles here at Great Millstone in general. All right, so like 28 and 11. In hasty contention, let me see. Okay, actually, I'll start right here, verse 10. It says, as the matter of the fire is, so it burneth, and as a man's strength is, so is his wrath, and according to his riches his anger riseth, and the stronger they are which contend, the more they will be inflamed. And that's one of the things about being a young man. You're in all your might, so you ready to whop a nigga head off. But whopping niggas heads off doesn't edify the flock, and they can get you in trouble with the police. All right, and like I was saying, I'm not saying, you know, every camp day is going to be perfect, but one of the issues you see with young men is that they're inclined to making carnal decisions, which is what you saw with what is that, the men that counseled Rehoboam, I believe, the son of Solomon. All right, well, I'm gonna have to get that. Verse 11, it says, in hasty contention kindleth a fire, and in hasty fighting sheddeth blood. All right, so we got to try to avoid that. We're not out there to be fist fighting niggas. All right, so let's let this play. And then,
we gotta let y'all know.
that tall dude y'all just saw, he's the reason why that shit kicked off. A young dude, you know, his beard probably ain't started growing in yet. He started acting tough, and let's see what it caused.
Bring that up. Look at Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 16. In Lebanon is not sufficient to burn. With the Lord.
So like I said, now the guy holding the camera, he wears his fringes. He calls on the names of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Don't get me wrong. He's bugged out. He walks around talking to himself. So he's not perfect. All right. But it's obvious he's slow of mind. All right. So you don't need to be fighting somebody who's mentally handicapped. They're easily, you can easily talk your way out of that.
Man, it's on a dip.
See right here. See, now this is a guy in the crowd.
I'd rather go to the block. Leave.
That's come against the truth. Leave. I mean, you called me out.
He a fan, man.
I walked past.
All right, leave.
You called me out.
Leave, bro. I'd rather go to the block. Leave.
Yeah, he's instigating it, brothers. You know, hey, you brother, don't be doing that. You know, don't put your hand on somebody first. I'll say, you know, somebody touch you and touch one of the brothers. Y'all got to handle your business. I understand. You know, I'm not telling you stand there and let a nigga get to fucking squaring off on you. Nigga firing off, putting mean ones on you. That's not what I'm saying. Don't instigate shit. That's what I am saying. And this guy appears to be somebody in the crowd learning. You brothers, you out there learning. You know, don't be trying to fight fools. If anything happened, let us deal with it. Then you can hop in. All right. This is completely out of order. This appears to be a man in the crowd. And he's starting something with this dude. You don't know this dude. This dude could have stepped back and poked you in your neck, and now you bleeding out.
Leave, bro. I'm not him.
Those men on the line should have told him to should have told him to leave that dude alone. You know, but once again, when it's a bunch of young men about, young men don't like taking proper counsel.
Hands on you, because I don't want to have to hurt you, you know what I'm saying? So leave.
No, you gonna need backup, man.
It's on a dip.
I'm right here.
It's on a dip.
I'm right here on public property.
All right, it's on a dip, though.
Right here on public property.
It's on a dip. Hey!
They going to war. They up in there going to war over a situation that was completely unavoidable. I mean, that situation that was completely avoidable. That dude had no business reaching out to him first, trying to block his camera view off. All right. So hey, now let me get this example real quick. Right here, 1 Kings 12. I'm going to start right here. All right. One of the issues that you see with young men, something right here, 1 Kings 12 and 6. Let me get over. All right, it says, and King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, how do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, that thou shalt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old men which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him. And he said unto them, what counsel give ye that we may answer this people who have spoken to me, saying, make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter? So Rehoboam, he forsook the counsel of the old men, which was wise. They said, no, don't go out there and act a fool. Deal with them properly, you know, like your father did. Now, what did the young men say? Nah, man, fuck that. This what you gonna say. Verse 10. you need to get up out of here. It's time for you to go. That ain't, you can't make a person move. Once you tell a person, you know, hey, this ain't for you, you know, we just gonna keep on teaching. Eventually, through the Spirit, they end up leaving. And I promise you that works, you know. Hey man, you know what? I don't think this is for you. We teaching out the Bible. You know, you can stand here, you can go. We're gonna keep doing our thing. And the spirit of lead him, had him leave soon. Verse 10, all right, it says, and the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, thus shalt thou speak unto this people that speak unto thee, saying, thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. Which means what? I'm going to put double hell on you. He said, F that. We ain't going to make it easier. We're going to put double hell on you. And what does Proverbs 15:1 say? All right, with that answer, what do you get? Proverbs 15:1, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. All right, so when you're dealing with real situations like that at camp, when somebody's coming at you with that rah-rah energy, the wise thing to do is to de-escalate. What they tell, police, de-escalate. And the police don't de-escalate. Don't be like a cop. Police escalate. We can't be like them. All right. Hey, and like I said, when people come up in hardcore spirits, things aren't gonna always go over perfect. There's been situations where brothers didn't have to get down, but as you can see from this clip, this was completely unavoidable. But when you have a bunch of young men who are, like that scripture said in Sirach, in their strength, you ready to bang. You doing your push-ups, you doing your sit-ups, your pull-ups, deadlifting. You ready to lay a nigga flatline. And if given an excuse, you will. But that's not what we're out there for, y'all. Scriptures say, let me get this real quick. Let me come back. And this guy, he's personally come up to our camp, y'all, and we've had our little debate with him. So I'm not speaking. The guy who is holding the camera, he's here in Detroit. He's obviously, if you speak to him for 10 seconds, you know that he's not all the way wrapped too tight. He probably got some water in his brain, so he's easy to dismiss. Let him talk for 10 seconds, and he'll walk down the street. All right, 1 Timothy 1:7. For a bishop must be blameless. All right, and blameless because Esau, Edom, he can use that. Now, what those guys did next week, Saturday, we gonna see what, not next week, the next couple days, Saturday, we gonna see what happened. Motherfuckers may come talking about, oh, did y'all just beat that guy up last week? No, that wasn't us. Shit, that was WFI beating niggas up. We GMS, we prophesying. All right, it says, as a steward, for a bishop must be blameless as the steward and not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine, no striker, not given to filthy lucre. Not soon angry. And when you have older men over you, they'll keep you from that. All right, and I can testify myself. I'll go snag the clip here in a second. All right, but not soon angry and not a striker. Those are things that elderly men have the wisdom to spot sooner than a young man. We in our lion spirit. You wake your testosterone through the roof. You can fight and you can fuck. You're not trying to hear none of that. But elderly men, they've been around for longer, so they know how to put that shit in check. Which is why you need elderly men in the camp to stop this type of shit, man. It's going down.
Can't darn that bullshit. Nobody stole from you. Keep moving. I need my phone back. Don't steal from me.
They telling them bow down and we'll give it back. That's stupid. That's unnecessary. Even we don't. That's totally unnecessary. Give the dude his damn phone back so he can leave, so the police don't show up. That's complete. Now that's carnal. Now that's that simple. Early 2000s, we got people bowing down, kissing our feet. Hell, and we've had that. Motherfuckers then came up and bowed, but hey, that spirit is gone. That don't impress nobody. That don't get cool points no more. That era then came and gone. All right, that's not dealing with wisdom. Having a nigga bow down to you, that's we'll get that in the kingdom. All right.
Not even good enough. Hold on first. I don't even want you to say sorry. Hold on first. Hold on first. I shouldn't give you this. Dog, I want to hear it. Take them off. Come on. I'll break your shit so easily. I shouldn't even give you this bitch back.
See, I'll break your shit so easily. I shouldn't give you this bitch back. That's not necessary. Get a man his phone back, you know. Blameless. All right, granted, okay, you just got into a fight, you know, the tension's gonna be high. You still ready to mash niggas shit up. All that tongue whipping ain't necessary though. But when you a young man, and notice you don't hear anybody in the entire camp trying to calm shit down, telling brothers to get back in line, saying, okay, brothers, that's enough. Calm it down. You don't hear none of that. You hear everybody in their emotions ready to keep going some more rounds. And that's not what we're out there for at all.
I shouldn't even give this bitch back. I really shouldn't give this bitch back. But you know what? Let me see the phone. Give me the phone. I'm gonna go ahead and give it back to you. But I promise you come back around here again, you're gonna be a dead dog walking. I promise you.
Put this in the street, man.
I'm gonna give this bitch back. I'm gonna the Lord is merciful, so I'm gonna give this bitch back. Do something for us. I wanna crack your shit so bad, boy. That one hit wasn't enough.
I wanna crack your shit. That's that young nigga shit, man. That's that young nigga shit. And we're coming away from that. Come on, Jake. Let me get this clip real quick. Now, right here, this isn't even the clip that I wanted, but you know what? I think this will do. You know, I'll actually use this clip. Now, you can actually see me in the back. That's me behind the brother with the camouflage garment. This guy, this was an Ishmaelite. Now, the brother in our camp did this video, you know, just going to show you, you know, the mindset over here at Great Millstone. The brother did the video, says rebuking myself, conduct at camp, because things right here got a little bit heated. It didn't get physical, but you know, we did a little bit more arguing with this dude than what we needed to. All right, I remember this cat. He was an Ishmaelite. He walked past us. You know, he said, "What's going on?" You know, and I flat out told him, you know, we're preaching out of the Bible. You know, who the chosen are, who the chosen aren't. You know, most likely you're probably Ishmaelite, an Arab man. You know, according to the scriptures, you and your people will end up being slaves underneath the Israelites. And he didn't like that at all. And he straight up, and I was on the camera, he actually tried to square up with me on the camera. He was like, "Oh, if we going into slavery, do it right now. Put me in slavery right now." You know, he squared up on me, was up in my face like he was about to try to do something. And I was like, dude, I'm not, I was like, dude, we not even about to do that. So the brother actually had me get off camera. He had me come around the line and had another brother get off camera. And then eventually the dude left. All right. So just going to show you, you know, just because a person comes up in carnality, you don't have to engage with them. What the brother did, the elder brother, he had me shift off the camera, had another brother get the camera to calm it, and the dude eventually left. All right. That's how you take care of situations like that. We don't got to be out here every time somebody say something, you know, got to fist fight them. All right. And this dude literally was up in my grill. All right. Was up in front of me like he wanted to get to business. All right. And that's why you see me. I was ice grilling the nigga. Don't get me wrong. You know, I was pissed off, but everybody went home safe without getting lumped up. Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. All right. And you know, them dudes, they not going to do a rebuke video on themselves for their actions, nor did they take the steps to de-escalate a situation. All right. But when you have brothers who are aged around you, that's how things will get done, which is why it's a blessing to have elderly men around. Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. It says, "Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools." You know, because all that's going to happen is death and jail time. All right. You know, so right here, hey, you see the difference. Let me see. All right. So right here, basically the dude, he had actually left, but he came back and he got in the brother Shakam's face. He said, "Now what you gonna do if I don't?" Basically said, "Oh, what you gonna do if I don't leave?" You know, the brother just kept telling him to leave, and eventually dude left. You know, so hey, you know, now that barrier was established, but didn't nobody touch nobody. All right, if you go back and look at the other video, if we were to go back to WFI, the dude who was on the other side of the line initiated the combat by grabbing the man's phone. All right, so little simple things, man. Little simple.
Just go up the street. Go up the street. That's what you want to do.
You know, I came around pissed. The brother had me come around. Eventually, dude. And you see, a crowd was starting to gather, which is why, you know, we had try to avoid this. You know, eventually his girl got him. You know, hey, you know, and we were on alert, but you see the difference there. You know, we didn't all just mob on the dude, bitch ass nigga. Ah, shit is that. You know, so just, hey man, it's not that hard. You know, and that was a real live example. You know, I'm not just talking out of my ass. I've dealt with and been in these experiences live. When a nigga is running up in your face trying to square off, you don't always have to engage these people. Unless, now, when that moment occurs, when they physically strike somebody, then handle your business. But don't be like this kid right here. Kid doesn't even have any hair in his face yet. He's just some tall young kid. He's on the other side of the line. He just woke up. He's probably full of rage. But that doesn't edify. That doesn't get prophecy across. All right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushai Bahashim, Baruch Rash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the like Akim, Wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. I'm gonna say Shalom.